You're eating healthy, but you're not seeing results. You're doing green smoothies, oatmeal, and plant-based swaps, checking all of the boxes. But what if I told you that some of the most popular health foods might actually be keeping you insulin resistant? Today, I'm going to be breaking down 6 foods that are marketed as healthy, but that could be sabotaging your blood sugar. And I'll show you exactly how to swap them or fix them. If you've been struggling to lose weight, to better balance your blood sugar and your hormones, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Kait, a nutritionist who specializes in insulin resistance, blood sugar control, and metabolic health. I have helped hundreds of clients reverse insulin resistance, prediabetes, and PCOS, all without calorie counting or restrictive diets. Now, today's video isn't about fear-mongering or telling you these foods are bad. It's about learning how they affect your body if you're insulin resistant, and simple tweaks you can make to turn things around. So let's start by talking about why this all matters. Insulin resistance happens gradually. It's fueled by repeated blood sugar spikes, high insulin, and chronic inflammation. And many foods that are marketed as healthy can quietly contribute to this process, even without you realizing it. And if insulin resistance isn't addressed, it doesn't just block fat loss. It also drives hormone imbalances, it causes energy crashes and cravings, and eventually it will progress to prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. The good news is that knowledge is power. And today I'm giving you the knowledge to spot these hidden culprits and make smarter choices. Starting off with number 6, overripe bananas. Yes, bananas are fruit, and yes, bananas are natural, but that doesn't mean they don't spike blood sugar. As bananas ripen, they convert their starches into simple sugars. A very ripe banana has a glycemic index similar to a cookie. For someone with insulin resistance, eating an overly ripe banana can cause a huge blood sugar spike, followed by a blood sugar crash. This leads to cravings and more hunger. Most people don't realize that natural sugar still acts the same in your body as table sugar when it comes to the insulin response. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to say that bananas are bad, but there are some ways you can make them more blood sugar and insulin resistance friendly. The first way is by choosing bananas that are slightly green. Less ripe means less sugar. You can also pair them with a source of protein or fat, like nut butter, cottage cheese, or Greek yogurt. Pairing carbohydrates with a source of protein and fat helps to slow down the digestion. If they're digested slower, then there's less of a blood sugar spike and less insulin is needed all at once. And this makes them a little bit better for blood sugar control and improving insulin resistance. Number 5, green juices. You see green and you think healthy, but most green juices are a blood sugar nightmare. The base is often apple, pineapple, or pear juice, with a tiny handful of spinach thrown in for color. A small bottle of green juice can pack a whopping 30 to 50 grams of sugar, as much or more than a soda. And because it's in liquid form, it's digested extremely quickly, leading to a bigger blood sugar response than if you were to eat the fruit whole. Some better strategies: if you still want a green drink, choose juices that are mostly vegetables like cucumbers, celery, spinach, and parsley. Or even better, eat your fruit and vegetables whole. When you eat these foods instead of drinking them, you still get the fiber, which also helps to slow down digestion, less of a blood sugar spike, less insulin. I think you know what I'm getting at by now. Number 4, plant-based meat alternatives. If something's labeled plant-based, it might sound like it should be healthy, but fake meats are highly processed. Most are made with refined starches, soy protein isolates, vegetable oils, and additives. They often also contain hidden sugars to improve flavor and texture. A lot of plant-based burgers out there actually have more carbohydrates in them than they do protein. If you're insulin resistant, you want to be eating mainly whole food and stay away from this processed junk as often as you can. Animal protein is always going to be the better option. The protein that's in meat, animal products, and seafood is more bioavailable than the protein in plants. Our bodies can absorb more of it, and it doesn't come with the additional carbohydrate load. Number 3, oatmeal. Oatmeal is often called the perfect breakfast, but it's not so perfect if you're insulin resistant. Even steel-cut oats or rolled oats are very high in carbohydrates and cause a blood sugar spike. Eaten alone, oatmeal causes a sharp spike in blood sugar. And if you're eating the flavored instant kind, it's basically a dessert. Better ways to eat oatmeal, if you still do want to include it, are to add protein, like a scoop of clean protein powder, collagen, or Greek yogurt. Add fat, such as nut butter, chia seeds, flaxseed, or coconut oil. And always avoid the instant packets that are loaded with sugar. Building oatmeal with a source of protein and fat makes it a much more blood sugar and insulin-friendly breakfast. Number 2, low-fat yogurt. Low-fat yogurt has been a diet culture favorite for decades, but it's one of the sneakiest blood sugar traps. When the fat is removed, that means we digest the carbohydrates in it quicker, again, leading to a bigger blood sugar spike. And when we remove the fat, to compensate for lost flavor, most brands load it up with sugar, sometimes 20 grams or more. Low-fat dairy doesn't keep you full in the way that full-fat versions do, which means more snacking and cravings later. A better choice would be a full-fat, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Way more blood sugar and appetite friendly. And finally, number 1, oat milk. This is the worst offender on the list. It's trendy, it's everywhere, but oat milk is basically liquid sugar. Processing oats into milk removes the fiber, concentrates the starches, and leaves you with something that spikes your blood sugar in the same way or even worse than soda. And many brands also add sugar and inflammatory oils. The next time you go to buy an oat milk, read the nutritional label. Oftentimes, the second ingredient is oil, if it's not sugar. Some better alternatives are to choose unsweetened almond milk, macadamia milk, or coconut milk because they are naturally low in carbohydrates and won't spike your blood sugar in the same way. Again, also make sure they don't have the added oil. So by now you can probably see how making these small tweaks can make a huge difference. But I do want to say that it's not about cutting everything out. It's about building your meals smartly. Starting with protein, not fearing healthy fat, and being smart about carbs. And if you want a full roadmap on how to do this, I released a video a couple weeks ago on the best foods you can eat for insulin resistance, so I'll link that up above and you can check it out afterwards. But if you're looking for a little bit more guidance and support, I do have a 3-day blood sugar reset. This reset includes a shopping list, a sample meal plan, and also additional support from me through a private Facebook group. I'll put the link up above if you want to check it out, and you can use code YouTube to save 10%. You don't have to do this alone. Small changes in consistency lead to big results. Now, I want to hear from you guys, which of the foods on this list surprised you? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're looking for more videos on insulin resistance, blood sugar, all of the good stuff. I upload 2 to 3 per week, so click that subscribe button. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.